Hi, this is Charles Hoskinson broadcasting live from warm, sunny Colorado. Always warm, always sunny, sometimes Colorado. So today is December 10th. I said Monday was going to be a good day. It was a good day. We announced all the listings, the big ones, and midnight launched. So it's about time to do a little bit of an after action review. So, first, the elephant in the room is how'd we do, all things considered? Bum, 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 bum. It's always a challenging one when you do this kind of stuff. Let me go ahead and share my screen. So first off, we will do something I almost never do. We'll take a look at charts. All right. Wow. So right here is the coin market cap for Binance, for midnight, and of course the all time is negative 85%, and everybody's already pissing all over us. Well, it launched at almost $1.50, which is just insane. It just went way, way, way up. And then as soon as it got on Binance Alpha, oh God, why? Oh no, why? All the way down to 2 cents. They dumped on us. That's what they do. That's what the degens over in that market do. It's to be expected. Usually, whenever you do an exchange distribution, if people there have no material connection or purpose to it, regardless of the price, they just dump the token. They probably didn't even know what night was. And then it kind of reached the floor and it was struggling a little bit. And then it started opening up on new marketplaces. And actually, if you take a look at the market trading we got here, OKX, Bybit, Alpha's down here at about 17%. And actually, here's the interesting one. Actually, MinSwap, Sunday Swap are actually a meaningful percentage of trading volume for the first time ever on any asset in the Cardano ecosystem with respect to large exchanges. We almost have no volume whatsoever, and they actually are doing some stuff. And we're at about 6.5 cents. I was kind of hoping for around 10 at launch. And, I said it's going to be in a band between 5 cents to 15 cents for where we're at inside the market. The other chart that's pretty impressive, and actually it's a little bit more fun, and this one gets me very excited. Let me go ahead and share my screen for you guys. On this one is this right here. So if you take a look at tap tools, midnight number one, right there, and it's sitting an overwhelming level of volume, and it's actually greater than the volume of every other Cardano native token combined. And the makers are just starting to turn on. The trading is just starting to happen, and the FDV is about 1.5 billion, which is, I think, worth more than all the other CNTs combined as well. So absolutely dominant on the chain. And it shows that Cardano can launch a multi-billion-dollar project on Cardano and get listed on Binance, starting with Alpha, and then as mainnet launches the other products. So overall, pretty strong launch for the first 48 hours. There's always going to be, with an asset like this, a big dump in the beginning, ton of volatility, a lot of wayfinding, and then tranches of liquidity and tranches of buy comes in and offsets the sell, and then the market has to stabilize somewhere. So overall, stabilizing around 5 to 15 cents in that band is very good. And it's very important to understand that Japan hasn't started trading yet. That's our bull market, and that starts trading in January. And mainnet hasn't launched yet, and that happens sooner, a little bit after January. And so the big events are backloaded, and the fact that this has come out very strong and it's already a $1 billion+ ecosystem. And actually, we're getting, for the first time ever in the history of Cardano, decent DEX volume, and we're actually on all the major exchanges, is pretty remarkable. I'm pretty happy about all that. It's a really good starting point. It's a really solid launch. All things considered, things are moving in the right direction for it. More exchanges will come online over the next 60 days, a few more domestic in the US. Then the internationals will start coming online, like Japan and others. And overall, the story is growing. The message is growing. The whiteboard video has record viewership, over 10 million. The Discord is going to start growing dramatically. There's going to be a large ambassador set that starts getting activated and turned online over the next 60 to 90 days. There's a huge workshop that's coming in January to consolidate the last launch roadmap and the permanent roadmap of Midnight. We're going to broadcast that roadmap in Hong Kong alongside all of the tier one partners that we've been holding back. So we gave you guys some things, and there's a lot of people who are very excited about the integrations. We have some announcements on integrations. Tier one integrations are coming across the board. They're kind of a necessity. So that's the whole point of the Pentad. Midnight is the tip of the spear with that. But overall, for a launch in this type of economic condition, this type of year after the October disaster and the markets getting destroyed there and all the other blows we've taken, I'm pretty happy about that. And it's important to have some comparables inside of the roadmap. So one comparable. Well, actually, I'll be nice to them, so I won't show you guys that chart. But let's just say that we're in the spirit of cooperation. We want everybody to be successful, and we're doing better. And I'm not gonna mention other names, but overall, in comparables, actually, we're doing real strong, and the market's looking pretty good. So the Japanese tsunami's coming, and we got a wonderful strong launch for phase 2 of the roadmap, planned and ready to go. We're coding strong. Contracts are looking good. Redemptions are starting to turn on. DEX volume is looking good. It's going to continue to increase. This is finally priming the pump on Cardano DEXs and getting them up to a scale that they need. It's bringing a lot more stable coins in as well. And those tier one integrations, they're going to get here quickly and just in time for all the cool things that we're doing. So excuse me. Overall, though, pretty good launch, pretty tough launch. There were so much things that had to get done, so many things that could have gone wrong. But coming out the gate and having the liquidity that we have, 150 million in trading, and market cap FDV of about 1.5 bill, that's a good start. And now it's just all about chopping the wood. Just got to build. Every day, just wake up, keep pushing forward, keep growing the Discord, keep growing the ambassador class, get out the good word, and get the technology turned on, get all those hybrid dApps going, get transaction volume up. Real excited about that. Once those tier one integrations come in too, a lot of cross-chain liquidity will come on in, and that's going to massively benefit Cardano. But congratulations to the entire Cardano ecosystem. It's the first time in history that Cardano right out the gate can launch a $1.5 billion product. Be listed on Binance Alpha and Kraken and OKX and everybody else at the start, and be able to push it out. And this was the hardest one because all the infrastructure wasn't there for it, so we had to build it as we went. The next time it goes, it's all turnkey from here on out. So we'll keep growing, we'll keep building. We're going to march Midnight up as an ecosystem to that $10 billion mark. That's the goal. Let's keep going. Let's get her done, and we'll keep growing the network as a whole. And I'll be real excited to do a Japan tour. We'll be real excited to do a Korea tour. I'm real excited for Hong Kong. And that's going to be a great moment for everybody, and wonderful roadmap discussion about, not only where we're at today, but where we can take this technology over the next 3 to 5 years, and how do we turn things on. What's really cool about Midnight is every 6 to 8 weeks, you get a bag of goodies. After we complete the first 4 phases of the roadmap, every 2 months, a new ecosystem gets activated, because the hybrid dApp model, you talk about Midnight Cardano, Midnight Ethereum, Midnight Solana, Midnight Avalanche, Midnight Binance. So there's a frenetic pace, a lot of partners. Everybody gets to be homecoming queen for a week, and everybody gets to get a showcase. But yeah, pretty cool stuff. A lot of cool incubation acceleration to go on as well. And actually, I think this is going to really help a lot of the Cardano dApps. A lot of people are asking, how do Cardano dApps get a leg up on their Ethereum counterparts, their Solana counterparts? Well, as these tier one integrations come in, we can start talking to those users naturally, and we have privacy before they do. So this gives us a competitive differentiator with Cardano Midnight hybrid applications to offer something to the Ethereum crowd and Solana crowd. So that's really going to help our TVL, MAUs, and transaction volume, and give us something new and different to compete with the incumbency. So I'm real excited about that prospect as well. And there's already a lot of Cardano dApps that are really excited about that. So we're going to work real closely with the top 10 to 15 next year and say, hey, let's get upgrading, yo. Let's your users are our users, your TVL's our TVL. Let's get her done one way or the other. So pretty happy about where we're at. You know, never kick a gift horse in the mouth. These are good numbers. These are the best numbers we've ever seen in the history of Cardano, and they're only going to improve and grow from here. And there's a lot more we got to do. There's a lot more growth we've got to do. Cardano Network handled it. The exchanges handle it, and Midnight is here to stay. So congratulations to the team. Congratulations everybody else. As I said, degen's going to degen. The cynical people going to cynical people. But all our partners held strong, and they did what they were supposed to do. And, you know, you have to survive the dump. Whenever these things get distributed, the reality is people have nothing at stake. So no matter what they sell it, they make a profit. And that's the nature of this game when you go through. So you'll see it go high and then go low. And takes 48 hours to 72 hours for that high volatility to work its way through. Then you have a nice set price. And then you can build from there. You build user base, you build liquidity, you build transaction volume, and really start building an ownership society for it. And the nice part about the glacier drop model is you have a gradual thawing, and it allows people to make more informed decisions with their expectations about where the ecosystem is going to go. And every 6 to 8 weeks, you get some nice news cycles that come out. So there's a nice steady emission and a nice steady flow for the system, as opposed to a jagged thing where the insiders all dump. This was just good old-fashioned exchange behavior, which is to be expected. So overall, it it was a good day. It was a scary day. I was traveling most of it, not feeling good from the food poisoning. I was kind of pale and like, oh man, why did it have to be today? And then the jet issues and everything else. But you land and you just get back to work, and you're back at the command center in the office. Fahmy, JJ, and the rest of the gang, Dan and Ryan, they're out there in Abu Dhabi. They're kicking ass, and they're getting things done. And I'd like to thank all of our partners and all of the people that were here with us. Thanks to Binance and thanks to Kraken and OKX and all these other guys. They got it done too. There's a lot of work on their side, a lot of work on our side. And we just had to figure it out and put those pieces together. And I know that the Midnight Foundation and the TGE entity and others, they had to work really, really hard to get all the logistics and things done and coordinate stuff. And it was just trying to organize a bunch of different things. Launch is hard because you're talking to different businesses, different demands, different negotiations, and everybody always starts with the big price and the big ask. And we want to be first, or we want this, or we want that. And so how do you sort all that out? Like DEX liquidity was a hot button item. But it got it done at the end of the day. And that's just a testimony to the professionalism of all the teams involved, and to the quality and just overall thought process of everybody. It was nice to work with professionals, and it was nice to work with thoughtful people. And it was nice to offer the community something. And for the people who held, welcome to the Midnight ecosystem. People who sold, we're going to make you regret that in a year. And you'll say, damn, a certain friend of mine sold all of his ether at $1, and you just show them how great you are. That's what you do. But that's the cool part about a consent-driven ecosystem. Everybody was given an opportunity to participate. Some people said no. Some people said yes. And of the people who said yes, pick up a shovel. We got a lot of work to do. We got to go build a giant privacy-preserving ecosystem for everyone everywhere. This is the engine that is going to grow the cryptocurrency space and bring it to the rest of the world. So I'm real excited about where Midnight can go and what Midnight can do. And Midnight could not exist without Cardano. And I'd like to thank the entire Cardano ecosystem, from the Cardano Foundation on down, every single person for coming together, some towards the end, some in the beginning, and helping us get here today. It was a lot of work, and networks like Cardano were built to enable and launch networks like this. Midnight is the first partner chain. There will be more. And being in the Cardano ecosystem means you get first access to, and you get to be part of all of these new stories that are very exciting, and these new narratives that are very exciting. You get a front row seat to all of that. That's the purpose of Cardano, to launch these types of things and get them done. So a lot of love for everybody on that side of the aisle, and really cool stuff for everybody on that side of the aisle. Midnight as a Cardano native asset, it has to live the same experience as SNEC and USDM and all these other guys. So we got to work hard to make that experience better for us and thus them. So those integrations are coming. Better wallet support's coming. Enormous amount of progress in the next 5 to 9 months, I'd say. So a whole bunch of announcements, and the Pentad structure is going to work real hard, lockstep, to make sure that these things get improved, and it's going to bring a lot of value into the ecosystem as a whole. And to the rest of the cryptocurrency industry, we did it again. We proved that not only can Cardano launch a 1.5 plus billion dollar asset day one that can get listed on tier one exchanges, but you know what? We proved that we can still innovate and we can leapfrog the rest of the competition. Midnight's one of the most advanced products ever built in the history of our industry, and it came from this side of the aisle, not others. But this time around, we gave it to everybody, and we didn't make it personal. The whole point of Midnight was it was a gift to the industry as a whole. So real excited to see where this is going to go. Real excited to see how everybody can work with us. And there's no more football spiking. There's just back padding. We're going to have a lot of fun bringing each other up and talking each other up, getting things done. So thanks to everybody who made this happen. Thanks to all the partners. Thanks to all the service providers. Thanks to all the exchanges. Thanks to the people at the Midnight Foundation and Shielded. Thanks to the people in the Cardano ecosystem. Thanks to the Cardano DApp providers. Big shout out to all the engineers, especially those outside of Input Output who came in as contractors and worked tirelessly to force augment. Thanks to people in Input Output, especially in Input Output Engineering, who did amazing work. Thanks to you, to the Glacier Drop team, who worked 24/7 for the last few months to get all this done. Thank you, all of you who participated in the Glacier Drop. Thank you, all of you who participated in Scavenger Hunt. Thank you so much to Google Cloud for all the help that they provided. Thanks to Azure. Thanks to all the others for all the help they provided. It was a lot to get us here, get this done. And this is just the first phase. It was the easiest phase, actually. Phase 2 is going to be exponentially harder. But, we're ready for it. We're fired up. We ate our Wheaties. We're ready to go. We got fire in our belly, passion in our hearts. This is just the beginning. 2026 is going to be a good year. Not just for us, but for the industry as a whole. Let's fucking go. We ain't done. We're just getting started. We had high expectations for 2025, but those came from a place of somebody else is going to go do the job. We thought the U.S. government was going to show up and, make our lunch for us. The only reason crypto works is we make our own lunch. We make our own destiny. 2026 is going to be a return to first principles for us as an industry. This is the first time since Bitcoin that a launch has been done the way that Midnight did it. It was complete retail, completely fair, and none of those damn VCs got their grubby hands on it. Instead, it went right to you, the people. And you know what? The people are going to make it great. That's what always has made crypto great, is that great retail army that's come together and said they want something different. They want to push power to the edges, and they don't want some centralized son of a bitch telling them what their life is going to be like and if they're going to be rich or poor. We all want our destiny back. So it's nice that in 2025, we got started a little earlier on 2026, and the new theme, it's a return to first principles. About time we get back to where we started, because we know that place. We saw about where everything else could go. So it's going to be a good year, not just for Midnight, but for everybody with a fair launch and a fair distribution, for everybody with a deflationary monetary policy like Bitcoin and Cardano and Midnight, because there's a fixed supply of night, by the way. And it's going to be a good year for everybody who's betting on you, the consumer, and not betting on the banks and all these other actors who always, at the end of the day, leave you at the altar and let you down. So I'm real excited about that too. It's got newfound passion, newfound fire. We're done chasing name brands and prestige. We're just getting back to the work and getting her done. So we got a lot of growing to do. We got a lot of integrations to get done. We got a lot of TVL to build. We got a lot of transactions to build. We got a lot of MAU to build. But, we got some new dApps and experiences. We got some brand new things to do, and we're doing it with an army. You guys. Anyway, that was a great AAR. Thank you, guys. I'll see you soon. Cheers.